Yo, 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 welcome back to the show, Sooner Born. I am very blessed to have my friends with me today. I got my boy Marcus Brown. Y'all might not seen him in a while, but he back. He
What's
right
happening?
back here. You know what I mean? What's going on with you? I also got my boy Nino. Y'all already know.
What up?
We've
What
been,
up? What up?
man, you know how it go. Coming back after a long layoff, you know how we do. I've said this a couple times. Back, back, back like we never left. And
Like we never left.
all right, we're gonna keep on continuing to do what we do. Talk about this OU football. Talk about some couple changes to the channel that we'll get to a little later. I'll let y'all know about. But as of right now, we're gonna continue doing what the channel Sooner Born is for. Is to talk about Oklahoma football, and a couple things have happened since I've last talked to y'all. So let's get right into it. We got the quarterback situation. We got Jaden O'Neal. Y'all already know he's been committed for like a year or so, maybe a little over a year. If you correct me if I'm wrong, Dart, but like right about a year.
Yeah, about a year,
So
but
right, and a lot of things have happened since. We had a 6-7 season, as we all know. Nobody wanted that to happen, and with that, a couple changes had to be made. Seth Luttrell gone. I think he's an analyst at Tennessee right now, if I'm correct.
mhm.
Good for him. I'm glad he landed somewhere. We don't want to just get rid of people and have them not have, occupation for the next year. We'll just say it like that. But he's gone. Now, Ben Arbuckle from Washington State has come in. We know he's done good things with Cam Ward. We know he's done things with John Mateer. Um, with that 6-7 season, with the firings came the hirings. Now we have a whole nother situation. We got John Mateer in here. You know, Jim Nagy has came in. We know he's put money up along with the coaching staff. They have come together, and we all knew when he brought in Brent Arbuckle that John Mateer was going to follow behind not too far. You know what I mean? We know that was coming, hopefully, and it did happen. We got him on. He was one of the top transfer portal picks for the teams this year. So he came in. We got Jaden O'Neal on the squad, but that wasn't Ben Arbuckle's guy. His guy was Bo Bentley out of Salina, Texas. Won a national, not a national championship, but a state championship last year. And that's the guy he's focused on. So things have materialized to the point where Jaden O'Neal has finally decommitted, which I think we all knew was coming. There's a lot of different things coming out of the OU camp, like saying like maybe they thought they can get both. The other side is saying no, they never expected that. Official visit coming up this weekend, and it looked like Jaden O'Neal might gonna show up, maybe not. We all know he moved from California and he came down here to go to Mustang High School. So, with that being said, my boy, I'm gonna start with you, Marcus. Ain't been here in a while. They all miss you. They all love you. What you got to say about this situation, my bro?
uh,
I mean, that's kind of a broad question, but it's kind of like
yeah,
just what do you think overall about this situation that's going on?
um, it kind of sucks for the boy Jaden O'Neal, because it looks like he really liked Oklahoma.
It does.
And unfortunately, with the offensive coordinator change, the offensive coordinator wanted his guy, so he went out to Bo Bentley, which kind of left Jaden O'Neal in the air. But hopefully, he lands on his feet. I think he has an official visit with Florida State. People have been saying that he probably gonna go to Florida State. So
That's kind
hopefully
of the
that he
thing.
lands on his feet with that. But
Yeah.
it's just an unfortunate situation with the firing and then the hiring because Jaden O'Neal stayed committed all the way through and probably would have stayed all the way down if OU would have stayed all the way down with him. So it's just one of them unfortunate fortunate things. But I mean, it's fortunate for us we were able to get the guy that the new OC wanted, Ben Arbuckle wanted, Bo Bentley.
All right.
So it just worked out for him. Hopefully, he turns out to be who Ben Arbuckle wants him to be.
Right, and that's the thing. That's the part of it that we got to hope for because if he don't turn out, and y'all decided to pass on Jaden O'Neal, who looks like a pretty decent quarterback. They both look good to me. I just think that maybe Bo Bentley has some of the things that maybe Ben Arbuckle wants a little more in his offense, like his ability to kind of play when the react when the play breaks down might be a little better to me. Just far as high school footage has showed me. I'm not like I said, they both can move well enough. Um, but I think Bo Billy may be slightly better in that aspect. But I do think Jaden O'Neal, far as dropping dimes, might be a little better in that aspect. So it depends on like what you want, like what they going for. And as an outsider looking at this, like what do you think about how they handled the situation coming to you, Nino? What do you think about how OU has handled the situation when it comes to trying to get two big time quarterbacks?
Um, bef- Before I answer that, so one is more of an improv quarterback than the other. Meaning when
Yep.
a play breaks down, he can improvise and make something happen better than the other.
Hmm.
All right, and then what are the measurables for both quarterbacks?
I think Jay Donnell about 6'3", right, Dart?
6'3", 6'4",
And
205 or something like that.
right, and old boy is like 6'1" ish, 6 feet, 6'1". He's a
Okay,
little smaller, the Bo Bentley guy.
okay,
Hmm.
okay. Um,
Am I hearing a little
Man,
feedback or is it just me?
think it's just you.
Okay, that's good.
Make that clever. Man, I don't know the OU business like that, but I think overall, man, this is just the type of stuff you're gonna start to see with where the landscape of college football is going. NILs, people being paid. It's more like a meat market now, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, people are gonna be recruited heavy. They're gonna be told everything they want to hear, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? When the next best thing comes along, so they're gonna be telling that person the same exact thing, and trying to get them. So I think it's a doggy dog world now. um, College football got something to deal with, man. You know what I'm saying? There is no loyalty no more. I think you kind of seen that play out at OU last year with the two quarterbacks. Um, like Dark said, man, I think it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like when you show loyalty, and even though a team doesn't perform as well, and you stay loyal with your commitment, and then boom, they hit you with, I'm going to go recruit this other quarterback. And just say, for instance, the kid from Cali, he came from Cali, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Just say, for instance, the kid from Cali did stay, and they get the kid from Texas. I mean, shoot, at some point, the relationship's gonna be severed because you didn't told both of them the same thing to get both of them on campus. Now, say you're gonna be telling the truth to one of them and lying to another one once they get in a position of battling for the QB spot. So I think it's just a doggy dog world, man, and you're gonna see a lot more of this, not just at quarterback positions, but running, but like every position on the field, man. And hell, you seeing it even more in the coaching on the coaching staffs. You know what I'm saying? Shit, people ain't even making it a full season with their coaching titles. You know what I mean? I think Colorado had two or three OCs in one year last year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it just or the year that they were losing. You know what I mean? So I think this just comes with the territory now, man. And you can feel sorry for kids, but when you offering $1 million, you know what I'm saying, to come play football, you really taking the kid title off of it, and you got to treat them like business propositions and treat them like grown folks. So I think this is the landscape of college football, man, and people are gonna be doing a lot more shows like this about such and such came. Now they old news quick. You know what I'm saying? I just think this is where college football is headed.
And I think you're right. This is kind of where it's heading. Obviously, we've seen a guy who's played on a national championship team move on to another team. I never thought I'd see something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
like just that alone, um, lets you know where this is headed. And then when you break it down to a recruiting aspect, on a high school level, and the money that's being thrown around out there, it is making it a lot more difficult to kind of hone in on these guys and like, can you even take two top 10 quarterbacks in a recruiting class? You know what I'm saying? Do you even have enough money to pull that off? You know what I mean? And from what I've heard is that
No, you shouldn't. I
right,
mean,
eh,
unless you're gonna pay one like the starter, and then you're gonna pay the other one like a role player or something like that. Or you're
right,
gonna pay them both like role players,
right. Or
like
can you
'cause
pay two
it's a salary
quarterbacks?
cap now.
Can you
Well,
pay
well,
two quarterbacks $1 million a piece
well,
a year to play on your team? You know what I mean? Like that's you
I know
kind of
y'all not
getting.
gonna like this comparison, you know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead.
And I don't know the specifics, but I think Texas was doing it. But you seen you seen how many fires they always had to put out with the rumors of Arch Manning is gonna leave, he's gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like
But that
it's
still
when
wasn't. Oh, my bad for cutting you off, but that still ain't two in the same class.
you're
Right.
right. You're right. Yeah, that's right. The same
You know what I
class. Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's different.
But even
And
even
Quentin,
then, you got two top quarterbacks. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, those quarterbacks are staggered, and it was hard for them to be able to keep that going. You talking about two
Right.
in the same as that class? Yeah, yeah,
and hey, just to speak on that, Quentin Ewers should have left last year. Like he ruined his whole thing. It was kind of like the remember go back this far. Remember the Landry Jones situation? He was projected top 10 his junior year. He stayed that extra year. He ended up going like what, the fourth round?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Landry Jones deserved to be a top 10 pick, but that's where he was projected after his junior year, though. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Quentin Ewers kind of pulled the same thing. He was projected first round, end up going what, sixth, seventh round this year? Like crazy.
yeah.
Like, you know what I
Most
mean?
six
They
rounds
all
up
looking
there.
at Arch Manning like he better than you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll wait on him before drafting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So things work out that way sometimes. You
but
know?
as far as being fans, how do how do y'all feel about 1 minute like yes, we got the quarterback we want, and then the next minute is like damn, he gone, but yes, we got the quarterback we want. You know what I'm saying? Because
All right,
like,
well, you want to take that dart? I'll take it.
Uh, I don't get hyped no more. For one,
boy,
That's a good
college
answer.
listen,
football just robbing the fans, man. It
Yeah,
ain't
it'll
the
listen,
ruin your
same.
whole perspective.
Man, it ain't the same. Damn,
All
that's
right.
crazy. Go ahead, dog. My
listen.
bad.
For one, you just don't know how it's going to turn out. You know what I'm saying? For two, you don't know what the coaches is going to be like, and you don't know what the players is going to be like because of the transfer portal. Like it's so many variables where it's just like, all right, if he's there to play, great. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
see what he got. But until then, it's just like I don't know because he could sign and be on the team, but if John Mateer stays another year, he's not going to play, and then he could transfer.
Right.
yep, y'all. It's like a
So
leasing program almost. Like you only
right,
good, like you say, you can only enjoy somebody for 6 months, and then after that, you never know what's in the car. Like you like man, you can't really can you still be like a fanatic like you used to back 20 years ago when you knew a freshman coming there would be there at least 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah,
you can't.
nah, that's over with. You know what I mean? That's kind of a wrap. And shout out to I want to give a shout out to HOF college football. I know my man's over there. He was supposed to have an interview with Jaden O'Neal today, but he decided or declined to do the interview today. And he tried to get his pops on there. He's had his pops on there before, I believe. And they decided not to do it. And I understand. Like, this kind of gotta hurt, man. Like, you didn't move your whole family
man, that's
to,
another
you know
thing
what I mean, to
across the
Oklahoma.
country.
Right, across the country, or at least halfway across the country to Oklahoma. We know there's a Oklahoma Cali connection already from a lot of different things, including rap music and everything else. But
Mm-hmm.
to, to bring your boy to Mustang High School all the way from Cali just to have OU bounce out on him.
But see,
I'll be honest
on
with you. I'm just be honest with you, real quick, Dart. I'll just be honest with you. I just don't like that. Far as the visuals and the look of it, and looking at how they gonna use that as negative recruiting against OU, all the other teams, because look at how they did him. Look at woo what you woo. You know how it go. Like, that's all I'm
Jackson
saying.
Arnold and the other kid last year. It's like they don't know how to handle no internal stuff.
It's looking a little weird because that wasn't a good look either when they pulled Jackson Arnold so fast. Although he was having a terrible game, and they brought in my cousin. What up? Shout out to Michael Hawkins. Brought in Michael
Ah,
Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? And but we see how that turned out. He had a couple good games, but anyway, to get back to the guys, it's a little rough, man. You know what I mean? But go ahead. What you was about to say, Mark?
the only thing I could say, like with him moving to Mustang, I think that was the family doing that because the Bo Bentley stuff had already been out,
Mm-hmm.
and multiple people and sites have was documented saying like OU is all in on Bo Bentley,
Right.
and don't know why they still uh what you call it playing like Jaden O'Neal is lightweight committed.
Right.
It was just a terrible situation that both parties should have. As soon as OU said something about Bo Bentley, they should have split up and went their different ways, type stuff. But unless Jaden O'Neal was like, "All right, I'm gonna stay committed to OU. If Bo Bentley goes someplace else, I'm gonna be y'all quarterback. If he do come, I'm out." And that's kind of seemed like what was the situation because it was like I want to say Thursday or Friday night, Jaden O'Neal decommitted, and then the next day, Bo Bentley committed. So it was.
Yep.
I don't know how they discussed it because there had to be some internal, but it is just a terrible, terrible situation.
it's
Right.
business, dog. This is what
Good.
happens when it's big money and business involved, man. That there is no more caring about your feelings and loyalty and you know what I mean. Like all that's out the window, man. Shit, boy. Venerables ain't got much longer to be going 6 or 7, B. He already got rid of a coordinator.
Ain't
You know
no
what I'm
more
saying?
sixes, sevens, man.
The next move is
He
is
got
you know what I mean. The AC is gone. You know what I'm saying? So they've already shown kind of their character like when things ain't going right, how the pressure gets to them. Pause. You know what I mean? So I think this is just another. But do you think OU was like leading them on?
I I think yes, a short answer, yes. I do think they was leading them on
Okay.
because I think they wanted to make sure they had that Bo Bentley locked in completely before they actually
Oh,
let him
business,
go.
business, business.
Right, because if they would have just said, "Hey, man, we going after Bo Bentley and he decommitted 4, 5, 6 months ago,"
And
this
then
wouldn't
the
look as
Bentley kid
bad.
don't come. Now you
But
screwed
yeah,
out of
but
two
now you looking
quarterbacks.
crazy if you
Yeah.
So they kind of like
Damn.
they had to do what they had to do. Although I will admit it don't look good, but they kind of had to do that. And you know what I mean? Y'all get what I'm saying?
Business. Dog is
Yeah,
business,
straight
man. It's a
business.
dog dog world, man. Business. We got to cover our own ass.
Because we know that uh shout out to the guys at Unofficial 40. We know that Eddie, Josh, you know what I mean, George and all them, they've been reporting that they going after Bo Bentley. We know that. You know what I'm saying? The boy John Williams, Jay Smith over there at Locked On Sooners, they've been reporting the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We all listen to and shout out to all y'all who do the Sooner news, man. I appreciate all y'all uh, things that y'all give us on a daily report. You know what I mean? Just to say that out loud because I know a lot of these podcasts, these shows, these YouTubes, they don't even want to give these boys credit. I'm gonna give them credit. Even Sooner Surge, all y'all, man. Shout out to all y'all for bringing the information for us to be able to talk about the guys who don't have the access that y'all have. Shout out to y'all. You feel me? But anyway, getting back to the matter. Getting back to the matter. Hey man.
Do
So
y'all
we
think
here
y'all?
now.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say. So we here now. Bo Bentley in tow. Um, new offensive coordinator, John Mateer, all that type of stuff. Um, how many games does Brent Venables have to win next year in order to make sure his job? Let's say he wins 7 games. Is he
Nope,
fired? Is he
nope.
fired or don't?
7 ain't gonna do it, B, because
I'm
that's gonna be
saying.
a shitty bowl.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm just my
7
opinion.
is 2 fingers and a thumb.
Listen, in my opinion, he should at least have to win 8 games, 9 games. My hope is 10, but that's just hoping. You know, we got like the hardest schedule of all time that everybody keep
If
talking
he
about. You know what I
if they
mean?
win seven
How
or
is it the
eight
hardest
games, they better
schedule?
have a bunch of
No, if you
injuries.
say no, no, I'm just saying, taking into consideration. Nino, I heard what you're saying, but
When they
I'm
got
just
all
saying
those new
that's what
quarterbacks on the
everybody
schedule,
is saying. Everybody's saying this is one of the hardest schedules ever put together.
even though
Am I
they getting ready to
lying?
play against all new quarterbacks at almost every school.
No, because just
Yeah, they
yeah,
still saying that.
they're still saying that this is one of the hardest schedules ever. But I agree with what you're saying. When I look
Yes,
at it,
sir.
I say, hold on. A lot of these people are bringing in new quarterbacks. I don't
Yeah,
think they're gonna be as good as they was last year. I don't think a lot of people are taking that into account. But
they just looking at the names.
they just looking at the names and where you got to play and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it is a hard schedule according to the people. So that's why I say if he win at least 8, 9 games, I think they should be good enough. And I don't think they're gonna fire him if he only wins 7. That's just my opinion. Although I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't think they are because they're gonna say, well, we gotta let this play out another year with everything that the new shit that the new stuff that has come in.
Let me throw something at you real quick. Pause.
Mhm.
If they win 7 games and don't play well defensively, I think that'll be cause for them getting rid
Okay.
of them.
All right. Now you're
Like
bringing
like
in a
if
new dynamic. That's
yeah,
different.
like
If the
like if
defense
if they play
sucks,
defense like they played last year
yeah.
and win 7 games, I can see what you're saying. Like, okay, yeah, we'll give them another year. Coordinator, quarterback comes back next year. Let's let this thing, you know what I'm saying, kind of synchronize a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if his strong suit is defense and they win 7 games and they don't perform on defense as well as they had to pass, I think it's like, damn, well, what can you do? You fucked up the offense a year
Okay.
ago. You fumbled the quarterback situation a year ago. Now you can't even be good at what you do on a regular basis. And that's coach defense. I think that'll set off alarms in Norman, and I think it'd be more of a chance for him to be removed than if they play well offensively.
If they have time management issues and lose a bunch of games,
All of
time
that,
management
all of
wise,
that, all of that.
defense, if the offense looks shitty, if the whole team look weird, out of whack,
Yeah,
hey,
like
bro, we laughing, but this is
Nah,
what's
I hear
been
you.
happening the last 3 years, three, four
No, it
years.
has. That's what I'm saying. Like you are very correct when you say it like that. Like if some of the same stuff that's been happening that we
yeah,
just be, when you watch the game, you be like, you know what I'm saying? When you like, ah man, like what
yeah.
the like we can't add too much more of that. You know what I'm
If that
saying?
if
Like
that fly sweep don't work this year, you know what I'm
hey, we even
saying?
do the jet. We ain't just sweeping
Jet
no more,
sweep
man.
don't
Come
work,
on,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? It's gonna
Yeah.
be some pissed off people.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, if we have a 40-yard fake punt and then get a delay of game and lose the game,
Yeah, man. I hear
bruh,
you.
Yeah, I think
But
they're
if it looked like it's together, it looks like okay, the offense they was okay, the defense balled out. Maybe let's just say the defense wasn't as good as it was last year, just a little bit below because they lost, Bowman, Studsman, things like that. Let's just say they whatever they like 15 last year, 13 in total defense, something like that. Let's say they
yeah,
dropped to 19, 20, but the offense is better and they win a game like they don't win 6, say they win 7, like 7-8 is a scenario we're going with. Let's just say they win 8 games, and
8 games, I think he's good.
you think he good. So we'll
Yeah.
say 7. What about
7 is the cutoff line.
7
Yeah, I
with?
think, boy, hey, 7. You don't know what's happening after that game.
Because 7 means you go to a shitty bowl that you may turn down.
No, we going to the bowl, man.
Going to
We
the
ain't turned
bowl.
down
Listen,
no fades.
Okay.
shit.
Well, sometimes if they match them with like Texas El Paso or some shit like that, they
I hear
playing
you.
against
No.
UTEP. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you
Yeah, I
might
don't
be
want to
like,
see
gotta
that.
hell
I
with
don't
that.
want to.
Okay, what is the last 2 games like? LSU, Alabama.
It's something rough. It's something like that. It's something like LSU, Alabama. Yeah.
Okay, now listen. If LSU and Alabama top 10 and you got 7 wins going into those last 2 games and you end the season with 7 wins, I could kind of get
You can
at you.
kind of be like, all right, man.
Man, Dark bring up a great point because I was gonna say earlier, I don't think OU just being friends of OU fans for a long time and being from Oklahoma. I know how jumpy y'all can be. I don't know, and you could correct me on this. I don't know if it took place this year, but I don't think Venables can afford to lose 2 in a row.
Mm, mm.
If 3 in a row is maybe the hot seat
Nah,
is too hot
no.
during the season.
3 in a row, I'm driving down there. I'm about to tell him myself, hey, bro, pack your shit,
Yeah.
pack your
Hey,
stuff.
hey, did OU lose 2 games in a row last year?
I'm sure they did.
I'm
I don't
trying to
want to
think
look. I don't even want to look it up, but I'm sure they probably did.
because I
And
know
it's
they lost to
because
Tennessee, then they beat Auburn after that. Yeah, I think late
they
in the season they did. Wait, did they beat? Nah, because they beat Bama. They lost to Missouri. I don't know if they lost 2 in a row last year.
they
Maybe.
might not, but I'm just saying like that's listen. Two in a
I'm
row
pretty
is
sure they
hard.
won. They lost 2 in a row. Who
I'm
they
pre-
play after South Carolina? Ole Miss.
I feel like they lost 2 in a row. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'm not.
Okay.
I try to
Because
pull it up,
hey
but
man, it was a stretch where I was like, bro, they could lose like 4, 5 in a row.
whew.
The way their schedule looked, bro.
So as fans, and with all the knowledge that y'all have of the behind the scenes stuff going on, do y'all think they can lose 2 in a row this year without the murmurs starting to get louder about Venerables, or do you think
I think it
two in a
depends
row
on. I think it depends on how those 2 losses are. It's a lot of like if
It's a
they
lot
get blew
better.
out. If let's say they get blown out twice in a
defense
They get
play
row.
blown out
bad?
2 times in a row. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah,
Defense. Well, in order for that to happen, either your special teams break down or your defense break down.
But if you lose by a field goal, um,
Oh, tough losses.
a fluke one game, and then you might get handled by 10. You know what I'm saying? It was close, but it wasn't close. You got handled by 10, but you lost on a fluke the week before. Depending on the 2 teams,
I depending on if you can still get 8 wins after those 2 losses in a row.
that too.
Because if you lose 2 in a row and you only gonna be able to win 6 or 7, that might change the whole dynamics of everything.
Oh yeah, it's gonna definitely change anything. I mean, like if you go from anyway, the last 3 games are Alabama, Missouri, LSU. We're not really worried about Missouri, so let's just talk about the Alabama LSU part of it. But no, so
Shots
that's
fired! Shots fired! Classy.
nah,
Hey, y'all probably don't have to worry about the man because man, they lost the QB, everything
they
down
lost a
there.
lot. Missouri did lose a lot. They lost
But
Boy,
Luther
hold on.
Burden. They lost Luther Burden.
Listen, if the schedule was like it is, if the schedule last year was like it's going to be this year, that Missouri LSU back to back.
It could be, you know what I mean? But
oh, you lost to LSU last year?
yep,
Oh, did they?
Was that
yes.
a
Oh,
thumping?
did they? Huh?
Was that
I
a
mean, they
thumping?
took
Did
they
they
took
did
the
they get
L.
hit? Okay. Yeah, that's 2 in a row
Nussmeyer looked
right
like a
there.
Heisman
Okay.
Trophy candidate.
Yep.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
hey, the original conversation started about these 2 quarterbacks. So I want to spin back to that real quick and get y'all's opinion on how do y'all feel about the kid from Solana? And do you think he's a difference maker for y'all's program like that for the fuss to be what it is at this point?
Well, I would say real quick that that's yet to be seen. You know how it go, man. These high school quarterbacks,
Yeah.
um,
Man, you know that's been my philosophy since day
yeah,
one. You know
we
what I'm
don't know.
saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could 5-star, 3-star. Who the hell knows? We know a lot of Quinn. Remember when Quinn Ewers came out? He was supposed to be the best high school recruit ever. Is how some people was talking. Like he
He was
was one of
supposed
the
to be the best
best,
quarterback out of Texas.
yeah, best
The
quarterback ever
best.
out of Texas. Like far as
Ever
the
like
take,
better than Drew Brees and all
I'm
of
just
them?
saying that's how they was talking. And I was
Bro,
like, this
that's
is
Dang,
how they was
crazy.
talking about him.
that's crazy.
They was. Am
He
I lying?
graduated early and went to Ohio State.
Yep, I
Right.
remember that. I
I ain't
remember.
lying.
Damn.
Boy was supposed, but I'll say this. I think the boy looked good. I think like what I would say is personality wise, like when I watch both of them be interviewed by people. And from what I've seen, just from the interviews, like Jaden O'Neal is more of the, you know, happy-go-lucky, optimistic guy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're gonna come here, we're going to OU and blah blah blah, boomer sooner, this, that, and the third. And while Bo Bentley is more of he seemed a little more serious. That's the only way I can put it to describe the different personalities between them. Jaden O'Neal was more of a so I can see him moving to Oklahoma, thinking that everything's good, that we're gonna go here. This is my squad. Bo Bentley's more serious. I cut your head off. I'm being real. That's the only way I can describe it. I could be wrong, but that's just what I gathered, like from
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
them be interviewed. I'm not saying one is better than the other when it comes to play wise, but attitude wise, I'm taking the Bo Bentley attitude. That's just me personally. I don't know how y'all feel about that, or you, Dart.
Can he be?
Uh,
Go ahead, Dart.
uh, yeah, I'll take that serious. I'll cut your head off in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
I mean, it's just so early and so many variables, bro. That
Mm-hmm.
man, shit. Hopefully he there in 2 years. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
So that's why it's hard for me to get into recruiting like it was because it it could change, bro. Like Jaden Jackson and David Stone could have left.
Yeah,
Like
man.
they was getting offers.
And that's
David Stone
crazy.
hopped in the portal and then hopped right back.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? We just don't know.
Is there a chance that this quarterback is good enough coming out of high school that he could surpass the guy that they got penciled in as a starter already from that
Who?
they transferred from Washington State? Is he good
No.
enough to take his spot?
No, I would say based off of just maturity wise, being in the offense for 2 years already. This will be his third year in Ben Arbrook's offense. Hell no. That's not happening. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? I just don't know. It
Mateer's
was
a
still
redshirt junior too, bro.
all right.
So
Like,
so you know my brain is processing bringing up the questions. I got something else for y'all. So are we looking at something that is kind of dead in college football with redshirting? Are we looking at the kid from Solana coming in redshirting because you already got a redshirt junior on campus and
I,
the Hawkins kid that's probably gonna be the backup? Does the
I
kid come
think
in from high school in redshirt? Because that's
I
kind of like
think
being disrespected in today's football. Somebody
listen,
offering a
listen.
redshirt.
I think that obviously minimum a year, probably 2 years of sitting. And then that third year, listen, either Michael Hawkins is transferring the year before that or that year, or the new guys coming in playing. Like it ain't go from this landscape that we got going on. They'll like Bo Bentley and Michael Hawkins are not going to exist on the same team in 3 years. That's
Man,
that's what I would
how
have to
is
say.
how is any of this
I
gonna
think
work
too.
though? Because OU's gonna recruit the next top quarterback next year. If they
You damn
don't, they
right.
not. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So,
they
like,
coming right in.
'Cause, Nino, this is probably how it's supposed to go. Okay, let's say Mateer has a great year, he leaves. The winner out of Bo Bentley and Michael Hawkins stays. The loser,
Yes.
Porter. New
There you go.
quarterback. Boom. Him. And then another new quarterback. Boom. When
Yep.
Michael Hawkins leaves, that competition, whoever loses that in the portal.
I'm
You know
out.
what I'm saying? That's if the
Man, college
coordinators is all
football
the
is
same.
screwed,
Yeah,
dog.
ain't no more sitting to your junior year and then you play quarterback. We would like for that to be the case, but that's not gonna happen. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody's bouncing. Like
If
once John Mateer leaves, the next quarterback who don't win the competition, he's leaving. He's transferring.
And you
I
and you
mean,
recruit another top ranked quarterback because I mean, what
You
does
have
OU
to.
look like not recruiting the next top quarterback
Right.
just because we got a top ranked quarterback on the roster already? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't you're not even trying to be a top power four conference school
Right.
or program if you're not just recruiting the top players just because they're the top players. You know what I'm saying? So this sounds like it's gonna be a revolving door, not just at OU, but probably anywhere.
I think everywhere. What you
hey,
like I
bro,
said, what you about to say, Dart?
when Carson Beck
Yeah.
left Georgia
That's when
with
I was
no
like, oh
staff
hell.
changes, just pure NIL, bro, everything's off. Like it's
The game
everything's
did
off the
change.
table, and like they until they put new rules and stuff in, like that's what I see happening. Because it ain't no point of me if I think I'm a quarterback, high caliber quarterback. I'm not finna sit on the bench for 3, 4 years.
You
And I'm not gonna. I'm if I think I'm a starter, I think I want starter money. So I'm not gonna take backup money.
you
Man, and if my name goes in the portal and this school is gonna pay me 25, $30,000 more or $100,000 more than this university I'm at, should I gotta go anyway because business is business, right?
gotta go, player.
Right,
Man, this is
right.
gonna be whacked.
It's what we looking forward to, man.
Hey, this like NFL free agency ain't even this wide open. Pause.
Mm-mm.
Nah. Because they
Like,
can't like move as freely as these college
And that's what
players
I'm
can.
saying. Yeah, this is man. This is crazy.
They can move wherever they want. A good thing for the players, but for the schools, like as a fan, it really kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest. It sucks. I can't even root for nobody. I don't even know if such and such Gibson wide receiver is gonna be here next year. I don't know if fucking I got my quarterback next year, man. Like I don't if I don't know if I got my quarterback, what we doing? What are we
hey,
doing?
bro.
My
I,
quarterback.
like, cause like I thought it was crazy when Caleb Williams left OU, and I'm like, yo, he the starting quarterback, but okay, the offense, the guy who he came here for
He's like, all
left,
right.
so he
Yeah,
gonna
that was
transfer with
you
that.
kind of
That's
understood a little bit.
understandable.
Like, all right, yeah.
That yeah, but Carson Beck,
That's crazy.
like as a Georgia fan, like come on, bro.
Raheem
Like
is dead. Somebody shot
Somebody
him.
shot him.
Like, oh man.
Classic dog. Raheem is dead. Somebody shot him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Crazy, man.
But
Man,
yeah,
well,
man. That's where we at
y'all
with
OU fans got something to look forward to, man. It's all over the place.
nah, but we right here and it is all over the place. And I am looking forward to see this is gonna be an interesting season just to see what's gonna happen. Like it's intriguing to me. Like now, like I said, hopefully come back. I'm gonna try to get back with y'all with these shows and all that every day on the, in the wake up in the early morning tip. As long as it's something to
Yeah,
talk about, I had to take a hiatus. Your boy did have a birthday. Your boy did get married and all that type of stuff. So I had to
that
shoot it out
part.
to Vegas. We
That
back.
part.
You know what I'm saying? But now that we
Right on.
back, got my boy Nino with me. Marcus Brown had to pop up. I know y'all missed him. You know what I'm saying? People been DMing me, talking about where Marcus at. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. So got
In
my
the
boy back on
building.
another show. You know what I'm
Dark
saying?
out here in these streets, B.
Dark industry. So Marcus Brown back. Hopefully he can pop up some more. You know what I mean? I know we all work hard. We all got jobs. We all try to support our families. So shout out to everybody who supports the channel and
Yeah,
supports us. And
yeah.
man, all I can do is just try to reciprocate that love back to y'all. with
Yeah.
putting out more content. So I'm gonna try to do that for y'all, and hopefully y'all rock with us, y'all rock with me, y'all rock with the channel. And like I was saying earlier, there's a couple of things that I did want to mention because the channel is Sooner born, which means I am from Oklahoma. I love OU. OU will always be the center most thing with this channel. But I did want to throw in that, hey man, I want to start talking about some other stuff too. So I do want to start talking about the Thunder. I do want to start talking about OSU football. I do want to start talking
Mm.
about local things like eateries and food and things like
Mm.
that, recipes and
Mm.
things like that with the channel.
Mm.
So I just want to make this an all-inclusive Oklahoma channel. And with that being said, I
Oklahoma.
hope y'all stick with me. I hope y'all stay down with us and everybody's part of the channel. Let's just broaden the channel and just make it hey, Oklahoma channel.
Oklahoma thing. You know what I'm
Oklahoma
saying?
thing. And it
I
still will be
like
sooner
that.
born. You like that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Still will be sooner born. And I just want to include the whole state of Oklahoma with the channel because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna cuss, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about,
Yeah.
and it just don't include Oklahoma football. We can talk about basketball. We can talk about baseball, whatever. Although I had to leave that to Marcus because I'm not a baseball guy. But
Right.
but we can talk about whatever. Softball, y'all did know we won like 4 chips in a row. But
Yeah.
so we can talk about all of that, man. Let's just make this an Oklahoma channel, the spot to come to for all things Oklahoma. And we do have a game tomorrow, Sunday. And if the Thunder win the championship, y'all already know what's going down. That might be the
Mm.
first show. Yeah, I mean, win or lose, honestly. We'll see how the fellas talking about. Maybe not that night, maybe the next day or something like that. But I do want to start talking about the Thunder too and every other thing, man. I appreciate Marcus, coming on the show today. And
Yeah.
appreciate everybody for listening, man. And that's how we
Yes,
doing
sir.
it. Peace.
Peace out.